on FM with this topic. Former Vice President Joseph Nyumah Boakai wants to be President of the People's Republic of Liberia come 2023. The million-dollar question is, does the former Vice President have all it takes to be President in a troublesome Liberia? Can he revive the ailing Liberian economy? Can he bring about good governance based on the rule of law, justice, and security? Will he emerge as the candidate of the CPP for the 2023 general presidential elections? What are his chances? What are his predictable hurdles? My special studio guest, of course, the man who calls me John the Beloved, is the former Vice President of the People's Republic of Liberia, Joseph Nyumah Boakai. He's been Vice President for 12 years. I've known him for 30 years. That's a relationship. But it never look like my lines will be open because we got a lot of stuff to deal with. I just might not go to my regular program because I've been looking for him for a record ages left for me. Not a half into myself today. So I might go beyond the stipulated time. By 11 o'clock, our lines will be open for us on 0777 107. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky. 107 alternatively, you can call us on 0777 221 223. You'll be live on 5050 on Sky. 107. Those numbers are easily applicable on our social media platforms. Of course, my name is Steve Masambo. I'm the grandson of my grandfather. 5050, you just can't be here. Students, I'll be back way after the theme song. Yeah, when the question is coming, yeah.
Okay.
You want to listen to the questions? Yeah, I want to listen. I hope when I have feedback.
Well, why not wait until the question time?
That'll be later on. It's all right.
I'm sure that Robin White inspired this man. Robin White, yeah. You don't like Robin White.
Thank you very much. About 55th on Sky, what a 70th suspension and a big Wednesday on Sky.
That's the time.
7,
Maybe?
four, let me count it, 1, 2, 3, 4 newspapers. Let me give you the banner headline to the front and back pages of the newspapers that we have here. Let's start with the Inquirer now. The newspaper that says UBA Liberia celebrates Africa Day. The editorial is Stop Capital Assassination. It's not strange that we come from this paper because I know which interpret is going through, and that's its paper. And so it can never be better than this. Stop Capital Assassination. Samoka faces uncertainty as the Supreme Court reserves ruling. If I were my friend Bernie Samoka, I just give the thing out and tell Nova Canada to look for somebody else because he won the election. Nobody else. They refuse to satisfy him. I can't, the bloody soldier cannot waste his time on this senatorial seat, maybe because of the love of his people. 30.1, 301.5 million budget submitted to the legislature. The back page of the newspaper said, complete deception. Reverend Johnson takes issues with Senator Snow. LPRC signs collaborative bargaining with employees. South Africa, Nigerian jail. Government begins round 2 of the polio vaccination. NEG alleges whole discussion. That will do for the newspaper. Let's move on to the analyst newspaper. Says first family inspires sons success as Timothy Tapewia religious in French triumph. During the party welcomes war, crime and war and economic crimes court. Is that what you said, Nyumah Boakai said? They welcome that. If you commit a sins, the Bible says no sins goes unpunished. Those that sin shall die. He said they should go to the court. That's what the party says. The back page of the analyst newspaper said Judge Eva Mampi Morgan not vindicated as container files Justice Kaba's report. MRU, ECOWAS, and some regional meeting on security adapt measures to combat threats. Former period officials commend U.S. Embassy for position on Senator P.Y. Johnson's and Sherman's position. Government submit special fiscal year 2021 draft budget to the National Legislature. Philip Wilson Inquirer newspaper says House receives special 2021 draft budget. The Supreme Court reserve ruling on Samoka was stalling NCCC's board appointments. Former PUL leaders applaud the U.S. Senate, U.S. Senate on accountability. The back page of the Inquirer newspaper said opposition political parties leaders address PUL Black Youth Forum today. African Development Bank Board approves new water policy. Let's move forward to the last paper. The front page newspaper says religious holiday debate delay as Senator Edwin Snow's absence from section causes setback for preliminary deliberation. Hundreds of sacked GVL employees still waiting for jobs. Company blames the pandemic, commending the U.S. Embassy. Former Press Union of Liberia president applaud the U.S. stance on Liberia. Government takes steps to transition from fiscal year to calendar year. 30,301 million draft budget submitted for 6 months in Liberia. Representative Richard Hon vows to ensure the revoking of law exonerating war perpetrators from prosecution in Liberia. It seems to align with the Liberia Party, repealing the Immunity Act. And he said, and I quote, "There is no perfect timing for the War Crimes Court. I don't care how much you delay it. For now, it is needed, most often to extend the most of these people who took part in the war are fading away, and there will be no time to know their part in the story." It is from the War Crimes Court. These are sections are made from this hearing. The people build up history for the country. Representative Richie Kuhn, Unity Party in Mosorado County. I see. It's not surprising that he will come up. That is the position of the Unity Party. If you belong to the Unity Party, you gotta get in chorus with the Unity Party. Today I will not be reading the editorial because I got a lot of stuff to discuss today. So the papers go on one side, and let me announce to you, I am privileged. I am blessed as the John Beloved to have Nyumah Boakai. The man I know for 30 years when I was in Lofa. The man I know who were in business, and let me confess to you, I didn't do in business. I was his point man then, before he joined the politics. The kind of person he was, for me to see him in politics, I was shocked. He was in politics anyway. So we've been running behind him to come in and give us exactly why he wants to be president of this troublesome Liberia. If I were a politician, I would give it up. Somebody say, Liberia for the parcel of land, let's sell it and divide it. Even that division will have a problem. And he chooses to be that. So, Honorable Vice President, I'm very, very gratified to have you in our studio today.
Thank you very much, T-Max.
How's the old man?
She's fine.
How's my son?
All of them are bigger boys now.
Bigger boys now.
Yeah.
Let's get to this issue that we are here for. And the issues are, I will read this later on. Let me start with this. It's not going to help me with most of this stuff I got to do before we got here, but I keep this close to my bed. Liberia is on a crossroad now. It's not strange to that. You've been vice president for 12 years. You went to the election in 2017. I never thought that we would beat you. I don't know what went wrong in that election. We are beating him. We is now president for 6 years. I don't know what happens after that. Why you want to be president?
T-Max, I want to tell you that this is not just a desire. Our country is in trouble. And I can tell you, whether you are pastor, imam, whatever you want to do, if this country is not straight, you're on the wrong path. And I've always told people, you can't drive straight on a crooked road. It's not the matter of wanting to be president. This country needs leadership. This country is in need of leadership. And you have to have someone with a requisite experience. T-Max, I left school immediately, went to Lofa County to work in the agriculture sector, where we made nurseries for cocoa coffee. We bought palm kernels, we bought cherry coffee, we milled, and this country was going well. From there, I became managing director of LPMC, where we exported. Some people don't understand when you say we're making a turnover of about $50 million a year, where people up country are making money, buying vehicles, sending their children to school. I went to be agriculture minister, policy person for over 20 boards. We're talking about someone with experience, someone who knows this country. We're not talking about bringing a surprise package to Liberia. Somebody tested, somebody who is known. And why should we sit down and allow our country to just go into the hands of the wrong people? Simply because you come to Monrovia and people see you, do you know the people of country what they think? Do you know what they need? Can you speak to them? We can sit here and let our country go down the drain. I've always told people, the thing that is chasing you, if it doesn't stop running, you can't stop running. Our country is in trouble, it needs leadership. And I'm able and ready to provide that leadership.
Liberian people know this history about Christian Boakai. 2017, they said no, they don't want him. What makes you that they will change their mind now?
That is history. No, we don't want to go into that. The Liberians know very well what happened in 2017. They know what happened in 2017. We don't want to go into that. We are saying that that decision was made at a time, and we know what we're yielding from that decision. You know, I always tell people, we as Christians believe that Jesus was to come and die for our sins. Whether he was betrayed by Judas or not, it was going to happen. What has happened for Liberia, and I always say in life, you go to school, you learn lessons, you take tests. In life, you take tests, and you learn the lesson. I hope we are learning the lesson now.
With this, what will you do differently? You would, Ellen Johnson said, one would have thought that Liberia have seen this glorious day, like 12 years as Vice President Ellen Johnson said. Somebody with that kind of rich experience, what will you do differently that you could not give to Ellen Johnson?
I am glad you're asking this question because that was misunderstood. Maybe most people don't know about race cars when I said, if you want to see a race car, put it on the racetrack, not in the garage. Joe Boakai was vice president. The Constitution of Liberia says the vice president presides over the Senate without a vote unless there's a tie. The second role is to assist the president. T-Max, I can work with you 10 years. If you don't want my assistance, I can assist you. But thank God, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf gave me the opportunity to assist her. And if you listen to Ellen's speeches, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf always started by thanking her vice president for providing her assistance. That was the limit to which it can go. I tell you, T-Max, a lot of things I've done in this country. I have resolved a lot of crises in this country. The ELWA land issue, I resolved it. The Hayward Mission and the American Cooperative School, I resolved it. The old land now where they build a market, I handle it. The conflict in Lofa between the Muslims and the Christian community there, the Lomos, I resolved. I can list, but it was not my role to go and list all of these things. Besides that, I've done a lot of things here. Things that I did. The ferries they're making noise about, the ferries been here ever since, 6 ferries. If the people are crossing between Bong and Bapulo now, it's because of me. I didn't know they had to walk all the way across the Yar River in Nimba. The 2 ferries in the yard. Peace Island, you go there. They have water there. I took the water there. The clinic. I can tell you so many things that I've done personally because of the love of this country. But a vice president is a vice president. We do this. The president will be the first person to tell you that even the conflict at the Supreme Court between Krista and the Supreme Court bench was resolved right in my little office at my house. Am I supposed to go on the radio to broadcast all those things? one day you read in my memoir, there's nobody coming to Liberia here who will have the requisite experience, who will have the passion and the knowledge to lead this country, other than Joseph at this time.
At this time, let's look at the Liberia economy. Since you people left the office 12 years ago, since you people left the office almost 4 years ago, the economy in Liberia has turned downwards. It's been desiccated to the level that nobody knows whether we'll ever recover. That is the bread and butter issue in Liberia. That's what everybody focuses on. What would be your economic plan revitalizing the Liberian economy? George Weah said in one of his speeches, and I want to bring that close to your door because he said the alternative in revamping the Liberian economy is found in our way to the agricultural sector of our country. What would be your plan on that?
And I will shortcut that to say ARTS.
What that means? Agriculture,
roads, tourism, then sanitation. These are our key problems right now. Agriculture is what will rebuild this country, but you have to have roads to do that. So when I say road number one, road number two, you're not going to have prices reduced when there are no roads. The prices are based on cost of transport. Even education is not going to improve. You send someone out to go to Lofa to go supervise school, they will just get around somewhere and come back and tell you because they can't get there. The economy, you're talking about economy. How are you going to encourage investors to come into a society that is so corrupt that people care not? By the way, I've said it, and I'm not ashamed to say that we don't have a government. We still have a party. Because when you win election, you form a government, inclusive government. The country is for everybody. I have told the people, the country is not for youth, it's not for party, it is for everybody.
But the party won the elections.
Yeah, but the party won the election and supposed to become a government. And in a government, I said, it's like you're talking about a high school. A high school, 10th grade to 12. They say they want to shut down the high school. The seniors say, no, we have to graduate. But isn't that important to the 10th graders that they have to go to the 11th grade? Isn't that important that 11th graders have to go to the 12th grade? Children unborn, are they considered part of this economy? The people that are living now, are they living? In Liberia, so far, we're just existing now. We're not living. The country is gone down. And I know it will need to go down because who are the investors since this government took over? Where's the new investment that have come to this country? The one that we had here has closed down. Some of them go to Sam Darby. They changed hands. But that was not the original company. Chimas, we're talking about an economy that was vibrant, an economy that picked up, that was running. It was not without flaws, but it had a plan, a program. And that's what the Unity Party represented. We encourage investment. We gave incentives. We didn't go around the investors to go and take from them. We encouraged them. How Sandabi came to this country, we made extra effort. We even had to I had to tell Florence Chinaway to go to Malaysia to encourage the former Minister of Finance when they were deciding to go to Cameroon instead of here. GVL, I went to Indonesia when they had problem as to even how to get, during the Ebola, I had to get their fruits processed. I went to the chairman, you can ask Elvis Morris. I went to the chairman and said, look, they said they wanted to castrate the oil pumps, to delay. I told them, buy a mini mill, install that while you wait for the bigger mill. I went to Grand Crew to install that. to dedicate that. You have to have the ideas. This thing is not a sporting thing. It's a matter of knowing the problem, then you find a solution. This economy can bounce back with the right person, the right attitude, country first, not enriching yourself. I'm criticized for being in my house for 42 years. I'm comfortable there. Everybody who's building a house, I'm still comfortable there. Leadership is not about yourself. It's a stewardship to make opportunities for younger people that are coming, opportunity for the elderly, opportunity for everybody.
When you were in the private sector, when you became Minister of Agriculture and the Managing Director of the PRC, that was PRC, the PMC, that one had a close look at Nyumah Boakai. Since then, PRC, the Agricultural Cooperative Development Bank, those strong institutions that provided are all dead and seem not to have the nerve to resurrect. What would you do differently? Because you were there in 20 years, we never rehabilitated the Agricultural Cooperative Development Bank. We never reformed the LCADP. We never reformed the CADP. All of this cooperative went into ruin under your watch.
Yeah,
what did happen?
no, they didn't go to ruin on our watch. There were no LCADP, no BCADP, no NCRDP when we came to power.
Well, we couldn't revitalize it.
Well, that was a political decision.
Was it made
The
by
economy.
you or by the president himself?
What?
Was that decision made to do away with
No, it's a policy matter. When we took over, the one thing I like about the Unity Party-led government, they had an institution, the Governance Commission, that was there in place to be able to come up with governance structures reactivated and some new ones put into place. And priority was given to areas that they felt at the moment were urgent or important to this country. Agriculture Bank was not one of those things there. The projects, I don't even believe that this project should have been reactivated. And that's why we changed LPMC to LACRA. The reason for that was that, in fact, I was the one who showed a record that LPMC was almost destroyed. There was no LPMC function because LPMC, when Aletha Johnson took over, that was brought down to, he said, because by the time Hansen and all the people got there, they had gone into pre-finances. LPMC was viable from year one. They are gone to taking money, especially when Doe changed to coins. Everybody was looking for LPMC foreign exchange, and so they were committing money to LPMC. They started doing direct buying instead of buying through cooperatives, and money was going into the wrong hands, and they brought that entity down. So when the World Bank came to reactivate it, they asked me, I was almost like the one to restructure it, to make a LACRA, empower cooperatives, work with cooperatives. LPMC will become like an arbitration entity. They will be doing representation. They will buy the supply equipment so that the cooperatives are strengthened to be. That's how we work. If you saw LPMC bringing produce to Monrovia, it was because they serve as agents. We bought produce farm gate from them. Then they, in turn, got commission for being our agent. Then we reimbursed their transportation to get the produce to Monrovia. You strengthen those entities through them. You can strengthen economies within the rural community and make the people a part of the economy. Those are not functioning. Everything that was put in place even like the research carry,
Carry.
what became autonomous. They came, they overloaded them. They think it was a partisan entity. So everything had been.
Alternative to agriculture is sort of
It's,
it's vague.
well, that's the decision of the government. If there's one, they don't believe in having a government.
If you become president in that sector?
The first thing, sitting down here, no minister is going to travel out of this country until you go back for 6 months. You go up country and find out the situation of the country. By the time you set up a government, because they have to know what's here before you can go elsewhere. What are you going to tell the people? What's the Minister of Public Works going to tell the people over there when they don't even know what's happening up country, the road condition? Let them go out there, see the condition of the people, and design programs that they will communicate with the world. Not to just jump and go out. What are you going to tell the people? You have to put a system in place that will hold people accountable. And accountability is not just the matter of finances, accounting for their time commitment, accounting for their... Most of the people who are appointed here, they have no idea of what the people are going through. And so the economy is in problem. You go on our streets. You know, it's leadership, T-Max, I tell you. You go on our streets today, I'm ashamed to go anywhere here. It's like we're in a big rural village with no orderliness. Everybody riding, everybody on their step, riding across everywhere you want. This is not a country running.
During your 12 years of Ellen Johnson selling, economists are saying that we have some semblance of the growth of the Liberia economy. You almost reached to $800 million. This has dwindled since you left office. I was talking to Alexander B. Cummings. He said there are possibilities that the economy can grow up to $1 billion. Do you buy his view?
Very much so and beyond.
It's possible.
Why should we limit ourselves? This country has all of the opportunities to raise money, build this economy, agriculture. Our coffee is still in demand. Cocoa is still in demand. Tourism can grow in this country.
We can have the money to jumpstart.
It takes people, credibility. When the people know that they can entrust their resources to a country that is managed well, they will come. There are people who have money who are looking for opportunities for investment. But you can't invest in a climate such as this, a climate in which by the time even you get to our airport, it's in disarray. By the time you come through, you come on the street, you can hardly move. In an economy where people, investment is not encouraged, where people think we can only live on taxes, the higher the taxes, the least the investment. Most of the investment here have been taken out of this country, moving elsewhere. I was shocked, of course, because the way we treat investors, we're not going into details of that, but you see, the thing about investment, when an investor comes to Liberia, he goes to a minister, they will tell him, yes, or her, yes, the economy, we have incentive, we can do this, we can do that. But you know where they get their real information from? People who are already on the ground. They are the ones who tell them, hey, we are here, look at us. The investors here are disenchanted.
Disenchanted. Let's let you. Somebody would have thought that to align with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, I followed some years in the international circle, was a rock star. The achievement you and Ellen made, President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf made, would have been an impetus to move Joseph Boakai to the top. What is your relationship with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf?
This is part of history now. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and I had very good relationship. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf had the most respect for this vice president, and I had the most respect. And by the way, I became vice president for my same reason, loving this country, seeing that we were going to elect the first female president of Africa, the opportunities that we have found, and how those opportunities were going to move this country that had been beleaguered, that this country was going to move into the right direction. And it did start moving into the right direction. Our problem came when time of election because of differences in thinking. Well, I mean, well, there were decisions. Well, is not left with her, but I do know that I'm not going to go into those details. I think everything. Well, we did have some disagreement as to who should be my vice president, and well, look, but look, man, look, T. Max, I'm a human being too. I have my own thinking. I have to decide. The vice president, according to the American, the vice president is a heartbeat away from the presidency. When Ellen and I got on board, I didn't go to Ellen. She asked me, a couple of other people, because she knew who Joe Boakai was. Don't I have the right to choose who to be my vice president?
The point is that you were on her for 12 years, and like you said, the vice president is the president of the Liberian Senate. Constitutional, that is purely defined. They all want to have the president. If the president would take his advice, you want to be president. She would take any. It was left with you to
yeah, but I mean, I think about the country and where the country is moving and who we want to work with. The same way she had a decision to choose who her vice president was going to be, and she came to me, the same way I thought I should have the decision. But again, that was just one of them. That was just one of them. There were many other things in between because, you know, we're living in a human world. Ellen had friends, she had people, advisors, and all of these. But Tima, that is history now.
She told them not to support you, Nyumah Boakai, because
well,
he would not follow my instructions.
even with that, we got the support. Tima, how you think we ran a campaign? How we think we had a...
That's why you did not win.
Yeah, but that's well, the Liberians are now to judge what is the outcome of that decision that was made. So are we going to go back to that decision? It is left with us. This is the history of this country, and we have to move forward. Whether even Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is enjoying the decision that was made, or whether she was part of it or not, it's left with her for history to judge. What we are talking about, we are not causing the darkness. Let's turn the light on.
Let there be light.
Let Liberia redecide her future. And that's what we're talking about.
Some people say there's some statement you made when you were on the campaign that Liberia had an opportunity, but they squandered it.
I'm glad that you're bringing this up.
What is this squandered opportunity that we missed?
Very good. I just told you that one of the reasons I teamed up with Ellen was the opportunities that I saw. And believe you me, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was at that time darling of the world. A lot of goodwill came to this country, and a lot more. What I'm talking about is that a lot more could have been achieved over the 12 years. The presidency is not just that Ellen was president. The ministers. Every time we went to cabinet meeting, at the end of it, Ellen would ask me, Joe, how you think about it? My answer had always been the same: implementation. We did not implement well.
Why?
We were not, it's because you have you have ministers here who were more concerned about their future, what they will become, than seeing running a government. The thing about it is that no matter what you do, you must know that at one point in time, you will have to leave the stage, but you must leave the stage ripe enough for somebody else to move it. But there were projects that came to this country that went, why did we, the airport, for example, why did we have to rush with it? Because we delayed decisions. Even the president, Ellen herself, was frustrated many times with implementation. We did not take advantage of all of the opportunities. For me, sitting down there, when Nancy Pelosi came to this country and said, Ellen, you led the world, we'll light Liberia. I will pursue that. You have to light Liberia. Who followed up? There were a lot of projects here that could have been implemented. There were people who were willing to help. It wasn't just the president.
So, Joe, what was, I'm sorry, I call you Joe, I don't know, I'm getting away.
That's all right.
So, Joe, what was this thing that was lacking? Was it interference?
What was lacking? Which one? We're not talking about my becoming president now. I'm talking about opportunities that we didn't make use of.
What we didn't make use of?
Well, you're talking about the human factor. You see, once you bring a team in, people thought that going to cabinet meeting, doing PowerPoint don't build country. You're talking about getting up and implementing. The president, yes, had a goodwill, but the ministers too were committed.
And you were so weak to discipline the minister.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't have power to discipline ministers.
You could have resigned.
Well, you know, that's what people will say. Quitting, does it help you? It's a process. You're part of a team. But so because you quit, so people can say, oh yeah, you quit. So what? I remained there to be part of a process, to do what I could do. T-Max, even as vice president, you saw before the mansion 26 BMWs and 2 Alfa Romeo. I brought them. You saw fire truck. I brought them. Not even with the president's knowledge. Well, you didn't know that. We turned them over to the police. What happened to them?
They bossed them up.
Not even boss them up. Sometimes they took them for their private use.
So if you had to, if we had to catalog and analyze the 12 years in Ellen Johnson selling, you and Ellen Johnson selling, was it a plus? Was it a gain, or was it a serious loss to Liberian people?
It was a gain, and it was also a lost opportunity, because most of these ministers that came here, some of them came from away. They were not even in Liberia. Some of them came to be able to pay on their mortgages back in the state. We have to make sure under our administration that we'll get people who will think Liberia, love Liberia, and build this country.
Did you
that they are
did you succeed in that frame of mind, or did you?
If I succeeded?
The totality of your government, did you succeed?
Well, we succeeded in many, many ways. But I'm telling you that we could have done much more.
Much more.
That's why I'm telling you.
That's why you tell me as squandering.
And we squander opportunities that were available to
It's a
us.
serious allegation, a serious.
Well, it is. But I have to speak my mind. What I believe in, T-Max,
And so
I will leave it at believing in what I believe in, and I think that the possibilities in Liberia are immense. But with the right people, the right attitude, they're not going to happen.
They're not going to happen. Let's take our second break. I think we might do some lot of adjustment here, because I can't let this guy go without asking all the questions I have been playing for. So we might go beyond our time. So let's take our break and be right back. No, man, you want TV? There you want to do so? We're not going to be news.
In the way of the camera?
No news.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not going to news.
It's okay now?
Okay. Ah? So,
Override her.
up, man?
Yeah, go around.
No. Wait. Is it going far?
How are we going?
We're going good. Keep on. Keep on pushing. I thought you were gonna be tougher. I thought you were gonna be tougher, but you're kind of soft.
He's the beloved.
And I enjoy the beloved.
Don't forget about that.
Actually, I come closer to the mic.
Hey, man.
That's fine.
All right, okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
No.
I thought the mic would come closer to me.
Those are watching online. They say there was no.
Okay, all right,
So it's
okay.
now. Thank you very much.
before they start counting people, the first thing they will be doing is what is called geo-mapping. This geo-mapping will take place from March all the way to November 2021. When they say geo-mapping, it means they suddenly divide the entire country into small, small counting areas to be used for counting everybody in Liberia in the census economy. Geo-mapping also means mapping all the buildings like the hospitals, the village, the school, the churches, the mosques, and identifying all of things like airports, roads, rivers, land, and so on. So we check all those things we got in Liberia. We will give you the 1 year because number one, you get correct information about the communities that will help you in the county, and number two, it will help leaders in planning for the main county. Nobody should worry because when the leaders people come around, they will go by all the health rules. So all of us will be safe. We will know the geo-mapping people in our community by their jacket and their ID card. All we need to do is to make sure to work with the native people when we come around to map our houses. Remember now, the geo-mapping will start from March all the way to December 2021. Please work with the native people so their work can be easy. Shape your future. Be counted. A message from Liberia Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation Services, Lagos, in collaboration with the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, funded by the World Bank, the Embassy of Ireland, the Embassy of Sweden, and partners.
Are you going to give up lunch? You going to give her lunch?
Don't laugh, enough for me.
You're the beloved.
Thank you very much. Back on 50-50 on Sky 107, former Vice President Nyumah Boakai wants to be President of the People's Republic of Liberia come 2023. The million-dollar question is, does the former Vice President have all what it takes to be President of Liberia? Can he revive the inner Liberian economy? Can he bring about good governance based on the rule of law, justice, and security? Will he emerge as a candidate of the CPP for the 2023 general presidential elections? What are his chances? What are his odds? Of course, our special studio guest, Honorable Joseph Nyumah Boakai, 12 years Vice President under Ellen Johnson's service. I want to do some critical assessment of the performance of this government. And let's look in the area of governance. Is it governing well or is it playing games?
The first thing you look at the government, the decision making. Today, this is the first time in the history of this country I see the Minister of State as a decision maker for the country. You look into, I just found out almost most of the positions in government are acting public works minister, acting UN, acting, people are just acting.
Not confirmed?
You take the UN special representative, you take the UN, ambassador, you take, everybody's acting public works minister, acting this, you can document them. It's not when you run a government with that. That's what it is. The government lacks credibility. Who's going to do business with this government? The NGOs have been reduced. People don't even care. You say governance, the rule of law, unresolved crimes in this country. If you don't resolve crime, if you something that happened yesterday, you cannot find it up. You give people the open road to commit more crime. People are insecure in this country. Armed robbery, you might see it occur, but things will occur. The problem is, how do you stop them? People are suffering. The hospitals are not working. You look around, you see in the streets disorderliness. This town, the city is filthy. When I talk about sanitation, you say governance, the rule of law, all of the murders that have taken place here, you can't even find them out because people believe that they will just go away. They go away, but people.
Suspicion? Were they murdered or they just naturally occurred?
It's because you don't have a system in place. You don't have the right people in place to investigate. The police are not being looked after properly. So you look in the street, when you drive in the street, where are the police? Go in the street corners, where are they? The system is down because the governance system is not effective, is not monitoring. I mean, people in this country, we just live in, I tell everybody, we're all insecure because there is no system. People might think they are doing work. I mean, you go, take the economy, for example. Most of the public corporations where you're supposed to have about 50 people, you got about 200 people. People think that this is what you call employment. What are those young, even people who are working there, what are they learning? Just because you sit, you think you are working, with a CV tomorrow to show that you're doing something? We are in a serious trouble.
We are in a serious trouble, Joseph Boakai said that. Our foreign policy, when you look at that, you see...
Foreign policy, I think the foreign policy with respect to Liberia, by the time you say Liberia, they say United States. Can any of our top officials just go to the U.S. to go negotiate for us?
Guys, they're negotiating now, obviously.
Negotiating with whom?
With Americans, with our counterparts.
American drivers and
They're meeting drivers instead of meeting State Department officials.
well, you know, there's a saying that when you brush with bamboo stick, you eat the food under your chin. Who they negotiating with, the benefit that will trickle here, we'll see. When we traveled those days, we brought results. We brought good news. We brought investment. We brought resources. Let these negotiations bring those resources. Let us see them.
Okay, let's move on because please, I will delay the calls. Later on, I'll get to that. I want to cover enough ground so that you argue, you put your questions intelligently. Let me read the latest press release that I received from the CPP, of which the Liberty Party is the chair. And May 26, 2021, the collaborating political parties of Liberia, the CPP, comprising the Unity Party, Liberty Party, Alternative National Congress, and all Liberian party hereby reaffirm its continued commitment to existing and fill a single slate of candidates in the elections. We look to build on the success achieved in the December 8, 2020 May 10 territorial elections. Consistent with the framework agreement, the elections law, and the established democratic practices, we are pleased to announce the following intended to achieve our objective of filling a single slate of candidates come 2023. The process started a few months ago with all political parties and leaders publicly expressing their interest in the presidential ticket of the CPP. We welcome the expression of interest by various individuals and political leaders to contest on the ticket of the CPP as presidential and vice presidential candidates consistent with the rules of the CPP. All members parties have the right to assert interest and declare their intention. At this time, member parties are encouraged to engage with each other in these regards without compromising or violating the letter and spirit of the framework agreement. All member parties are expected to undertake and conclude conventions promptly to determine standard bearers who are to be further considered by the CPP for the position of standard bearer and vice standard bearer of the CPP. A meeting of all current leaders of the four political parties will be convened shortly to discuss and agree on the schedules for conventions and presentation of standard bearer to the CPP. The process of building consensus, which is the first step to determining the CPP standard bearer, will begin immediately after the convention and presentation of respective standard bearers to the CPP by the end of July 2021. If a standard bearer is not derived by consensus, as agreed, the CPP will undertake a perception survey for informational purpose only, following which a primary of the four constituent political parties will be convened to elect standard bearer of the CPP. Next month, the CPP will embark on a nationwide tour to meet with partisans, supporters and well-wishers. Thank the Liberian people for their continued support, which led to the good result in the May 10th senatorial elections, and to consolidate the works of the joint structures of the CPP in the various counties in preparation for the 2023 election. Finally, we assure the people of Liberia that member parties have again reaffirmed their commitment to remain united under the banner of the CPP, and that all of the processes to elect or standard bearer for the 2023 election, as agreed and contained in the framework agreement, will be followed with tolerance and respect for the candidates and the democratic process. Change is coming. Signed, Nyumah Lawrence, Canada. You know about this? Have you seen this before?
I suppose, yes.
Yeah, you've seen it before. So let's look at the CPP that really, and let's go back to on our way to elections. My question to you is, if this process had followed, and just Nyumah Boakai doesn't come up as the standard bearer of the CPP, will you stay in there, or you tell them, I see you, or I'll go independent?
We went into the CPP with an intention to make sure that we come up with a single slate, that we restore the hope of the Liberian people, that we do not betray the trust of the Liberian people. And we said the way we are coming up with a single slate is by consensus. If the consensus doesn't work, we do the VPS. The VPS will not determine, but the VPS will advise.
Will give us a roadmap.
That means that the VPS is going to tell the the CPP, this is the person that we believe we will support, and you should listen to us, because we are the ones who are going to vote. Then we go to the primaries, and I hope we don't get to that. If we get to the primaries, then in the primaries, with that advice in our minds that this is the way to go, we have to adhere to that. It means that everything within our framework document, we must pay keen attention to it. Either the consensus or the VPS telling us this is the person we believe in, this is the person that will take down Mr. Weir. And if you go to the primaries and you don't listen, then of course is a violation of one of the things that we agree to. And then we can make the decisions.
If Nyumah Boakai is not the ticket, will you still?
If we stick to all of the things that we have agreed to, we go along with it.
If we stick to all of that, then you go along with that.
Of course, sure. If we go along with all of what I have just listed, I didn't list these things. They are in our framework
They are
document.
contained in the framework.
If the VPS is telling you this is the way to go, this is the way we believe in, it's one of those things that we agree to. You better listen.
A lot of guys are saying, and I want to put it to you because I know you for years, and so I know you for what you stand. People are saying that you go vice president to Congress.
That hour?
Go vice president to Congress. I will be a repeat performance. I agree because that's what you're going to do.
That
You've been vice president for 12 years.
Yeah.
You can't be vice president anymore.
No more. Of course not.
Of course not.
No.
So they will find somebody else to be VP.
Of course, sure.
Will you stay support them if you do?
What?
Will you stay support them?
Provided we abide by all what is in the document.
Do you foresee this CPP cracking on its knees?
I hope not. We were
Do
not.
you see Hating Hand being played?
Well, there will be, but we are capable of making sure that it works.
That it works.
Yeah.
Is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf on board with the CPP? Is she part of that because of?
Well, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is a member of the Unity Party and want to believe that she is on board. No matter what people say, we are in a talking society. We are of the belief that this country has to move, and anybody who wants to see the interest of this country should please be on board to make sure that the country get a redirection for the betterment of the Liberian people.
She said Joseph Boakai is good. A lot of guys say Joseph Boakai is good. But Joseph Boakai has health problems. He's old. The old man should go back as he was. There's an old vehicle on your parking in the garage.
That one thing that's important.
Do you
There's a Boakai is old, but
do you stay happy
I want to
friends?
tell people that good wines come with age.
We're not going to be drinking
Good wine
We're not
come with.
drinking wine, we're leading.
We're talking about somebody with requisite experience, somebody who is healthy. You can tell if every day you hear me moving around. I mean, they are the ones who know what I'm doing.
As a Baptist, Jesus said, the soul is willing, but the flesh is.
This flesh is. You see the flesh. I am as strong as I can be. I am on the move every day. Those people who claim that they are healthy, they are the ones to ask, not Joe Boakai. Joe Boakai is on the move.
Let's be realistic again. Let's look among the four of the people they've been announced. You read the Kanga Lawrence, the Joseph Nyumah Boakai, the Ellis Cummings. Which of them could get Joseph Nyumah Boakai the run for the money?
Which of them?
No.
I don't see anybody, because the thing is, I think the Liberian people want to see leadership with experience. You know, the problem about this country is that it's so strange with us that by the time you think people know you Monrovia here, and this is impunity, our people of country deserve the best. Do you know the people of Liberia? So you just think that you just get in Monrovia here because few people know you, team out, they can call you, talk on the radio, that you can solve the problem of this country? We're not going to take chances here anymore. This country is far behind. Can you imagine?
If we take somebody other than in the CPD, if we take somebody other than Joseph Nyumah Boakai, are we taking chances?
I think so very much, because of the experience, because of what Joseph Nyumah Boakai brings to the table. I'm sure the people know within the CPP, they know who is to lead the CPP. We shouldn't delay ourselves. We should take that decision to be able to bring Mr. Weir down.
To bring Weir down. Wouldn't Joseph Boakai not bring Weir down?
I told you that already.
Let's look at this. You were in the government when this war crime thing came up. Are you in support of it?
T-Max, I tell you.
Don't think about vote. Don't think about
No.
the consequence of war. I want you
No.
to go to the front. Do you support war crime court?
Very much so.
Why didn't you advocate for when we're in your 12 years? Why you didn't bring that to book?
But
Why you didn't bring that to being?
did that become an issue? We always known.
Accountability is
We
always an
always
issue.
known the TLC recommendations.
You didn't
They were
follow
full.
that either.
Oh, we are fully. The Unity Party government implemented the TLC recommendations.
To the
Though
letter.
about 90% of those things were
It should
done.
be 100%.
No, but what are you
Don't
talking
give me
about?
fractionary.
What are you talking
I want
about? What are you
holistic.
talking about, T-Mac? It was always known that people who committed crimes, that they will account for them. It is known that crime against humanity will not go unpunished. We should always have that at the back of our mind. There were other recommendations. The Unity Party government had a mandate. Ours was to transition this country from war to peace, and we did that. We went through. The president made recommendations for those things that were supposed to go to the court, to the legislature, to the legislature. The government did not tell you that war crime should not be dealt with. War crime is war crime. Even in the whole universe, you see crimes that were committed maybe about 50 years ago, still bringing them on board. People who have committed, who felt at that point in time they were right to kill people, they will be investigated and they will be brought to book. I support that.
Okay, sir. Before we take the last break, let me learn this. Let's look at the electoral process. I don't want you to say Nyumah Boakai lost 2017 elections. Maybe there was a handwriting on the wall that Nyumah Boakai was not smart to see. Writing the hand on the wall, or mirror on the wall, who's the most beautiful girl in the street. No, that's Cinderella story, mirror on the wall. Let's get back to politics. If we will conduct a free, transparent election, it will be the responsibility for the NEC to conduct that. As a man from Foya, do you believe in the integrity of NEC as it is today to conduct free and fair elections?
I cannot say yes to that, but I think, and I believe this is our job now, to make sure that there are reforms at NEC. NEC cannot continue to be the judge and the jury. They cannot. And that's what we're pushing for. We want to make sure, we made sure that the voter roll was not clean. Reasonable work had been done. I think the parties, this country has to agree that the reforms that are supposed to take place will take place. And you take, for example, you're talking about a governance. The government can find money for anything except when they come to election, which is the most critical. We have to make them to start preparing for that. 2023 is coming. That's not the time to tell us we don't have money when you can. So the reforms that are supposed to take place, we have to make sure that they occur. We will deal with our regional groupings. We will deal with the international community to make sure that those reforms take place.
Are you still talking to ECOWAS?
We are talking to them.
Do they regard
We're
it as
talking
a
to them.
incoming?
We are talking, not necessarily as incoming, but as a leader of the political party. Sure, we do.
If you win, will you take either 1 term or 2 terms, given your age?
That's all right. What I'm concerned
Show me
about,
whether you take 2 terms or 1 term.
Team,
I-
even before
My
this
vote-
time,
my vote is conditional.
even before
Maybe I
this time,
gave it to you 1 time, I don't know whether
even
it's
before
2
this time, I told you, what Liberia needs is someone to set the stage. That's all.
You said you
I
need
mean,
1
I
term,
mean,
right? 1 term.
I guarantee you 1 term.
You guarantee me 1 term.
Yeah, so you can vote for me.
No, sometimes when we guarantee.
No,
no.
that's all right. No, you know, my team.
I beg you, let me go to the. Oh God, I want to learn this. Can I come back to that question? Okay, my producer are telling me it's time to open the line. So call us on 077 777 107. You be live from 50-50 on Skywater. 7 hour special studio guest, Joseph
Do I
Nyumah.
need to take out.
He is the political leader of the Unity Party. You can have this part so that you get the names of those that are recorded. So call us on that number on 07777-107. You be live from 50-50 on Sky 107. Let's go to the line now and talk to our first caller. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's go back to line 2 to talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Go ahead, Frank Gibson.
Thank you. I think as you know, Nelson Mandela was highly respected around the world because he respected his faith. Faith says a lot. Nobody buys faith anywhere. And to be whole, you have to be honest and sincere. It's very unfortunate that Joseph Boakai, the Honorable Joseph Boakai, will say that his education in Nigeria are making drivers. This is highly unacceptable. It's regrettable. It's unbelievable. Honorable Boakai needs to be honest and sincere based on his faith. Now, and I see people coming in the city. Honorable Boakai is one of those people who always say, if I am not the one, nobody can move President Weir. Joseph Boakai has not named or pointed to anything he has done for the last 40 years to improve Liberia as a country, to show what people in Nigeria and Nigerians have benefited from. So it's just unfortunate. Joseph Boakai, my last question to you is, it is true that you said, or you made the pronouncement that you gave your own rules to Liberia for
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777-107. You be live from 50-50 on Sky 107. Let's go back to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Sharif. Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777-107. Better still call us on 077221223. You'll be live from 50-50 on Sky 107. Let's go over to line 6. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, T-Max. This is Mohammed Sharif, and I call you from Painesville City.
Go ahead, Sharif. Go ahead.
Thank you, T-Max. I would like to ask the Honorable former Vice President Joseph Nyumah Boakai a particular question relative to what the current President George Weir stated, that he provided money for Ambassador Joseph Nyumah Boakai medical bill when he needed to have a heart surgery. My question is, Honorable JMB, did you have a heart surgery? And did the President will pay for your heart surgery? If so, owing to the fact of your age, by 2023, you will be almost 80 years. Will you be medically and health-wise fit to campaign throughout the length and breadth of this country and be fit, certainly and health-wise, to steer the affairs of this country? Question.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777-107. Let's go back to line 1. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, T-Max.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name, please, and where you calling me from?
My name is Benson Mason, and I'm calling from Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, go ahead, my brother.
T-Max, I'm kind of really surprised. I've listened to the Honorable speak, and he has enumerated a lot of things that he has accomplished. I'm surprised as us Liberians who sit down and listen to such an eloquent expose, outlining his accomplishment, and then come back and say he did nothing. When we say of people being fired in the government, we need to go back and examine why were they fired.
Why were they fired?
When we jump out and yes, because look, you can be fired for disagreeing with the president if you're a minister or director. Anybody appointed by the president can be fired for any reason. The president can wake up in the morning, drive with his work and fire you. That's the simple thing. And people got to go back to explain and to understand before they come and make blanket statements. Honorable Boakai, we thank you for your accomplishment. We thank you for what you have done for our country. My major question is, considering the challenges ahead, how are you planning on engaging with these things?
Thank you very much.
That's my question.
Thank you very much. Call me on that number on 07777-107. You'll be live from 5050 on Sky 107. Do have another caller on line 5. Let's go straight to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Timas, good morning. Am I live?
You live. Go ahead.
I'd like to apologize for the irritating feedback. My name is Tony, and I'm popularly known as Irresistible Tony Jr. Timas, are you getting me?
I'm getting you loud and clear. Pony, go ahead.
Pleasant morning to Ambassador Boakai, and I'd like to thank him for his excellent deliberation. I think he spoke like a statesman. But basically, I got two questions on Boakai. My first question is, what is your relationship currently with Mrs. Salif? As you said, she remains a member of the Unity Party. I want to know your current relationship with her. And my next question is, what are those qualities and characteristics that you have ahead of President Weah? Can you outline some of your qualities and characteristics that put you far ahead of President Weah? Thank you. This is Pony.
Thank you very much, Pony. Call me on that number on 07777-107. Let's go back to line 1. Talk to our next caller again.
Good morning. Good morning. This is Pazawi, Gabriel Zawi. I'm calling from America. Hello, are you there?
Pazawi from Philadelphia?
From Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh, Providence. Oh, okay. Oh, Ms. Zawi, go ahead.
All right. VP Boakai, thank you very much this morning. You explain yourself to the Liberian people. They know your position. They know your experience now. What I want to confirm about what the VP said about the delegation in America from Liberia. Yeah, they are meeting with drivers and things. American government do not do their official business in anyone's embassy. America do business in a secure place. Those people that are at the embassy in Liberia, they are maybe deck officer or maybe driver there. Look, follow Joseph Boakai record. You people that asking what Joseph Boakai has done, follow a record. See the picture. When Joseph Boakai was vice president, he was honored at the White House. See the picture. The Marine open door, the salute. What time your president or Georgia will come to Washington D.C. There's no comparison. Do not ask that question.
Thank you very much.
No contact.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's move to another line. Thank you very much. The meeting driver, thank you. Let's move to line 5. Talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Good morning to the people of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
This is Hussein Samakula. I'm calling from Broadview.
Go ahead, Hussein.
I firstly want to say thank you to the woman, the father, for his deliberation. We have got few concerns. One, what does he make of the constant attack from his film, from his partisans? Case in point is Charles Robert, who is in the constant habit of attacking other members, other constituent members of the party. His silence, it is showing that he is in support. That's one. Two, I want to ask the old man if going through the rudiments of all of the three items in the CCP framework, that is the consensus, the VES, and the primary, going incredibly. And it happens that he loses the all three with his support. I want him to answer that question because the CPP credibility.
He answered. They may answer the question I was saying so.
But they are hoping on it. But if we are going there with doubt that if I don't win, this is not going to happen, then we are in trouble. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Can we take our break and allow we have another caller on the line? Let's go back to the line to talk to our last caller. Good morning. Good morning. The caller is not ready yet. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother.
Good morning, my brother. What's your name and where you calling me from?
Yeah, my name is Cheney and I call from Indianapolis, Indiana, USA.
Go ahead, Cheney.
Okay. To be honest, Brother Tim, I voted for the Unity Party the first time. But the second time, I didn't vote for them. Although they won. But let that former Vice President, Nyumah Boakai, be honest to the people. Because we live in a money war now. Brother Tim, we see things happen in our society. If you're part of a system, and you know the system is not working for the people, it's your bond to resign. Alright? But he's still there, and he said he's trying to fix it. Why you be trying to fix it? You know, you want to stay with them for the first 6 years and the second 6 years. But you spend the whole 12 years there, and you know you couldn't fix it. Why you couldn't resign? Then you come back and say, she didn't get you the chance, she didn't do this. In America, here, when they accuse people or when people fighting to fix something, if they can't fix any part of that, they leave from there. Because tomorrow, you will not get no excuses to get it. So, brother, you might Mr. Parker, to be honest, I think Mr. Kumi will be the best person to carry it, all right?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's take our last break. And when we come back, we have Mr. Honorable Joseph Nyumah Boakai to answer those concerns. And we continue our show. Papi, when we come back.
That you can now send some cash back from your bank account to your phone.
And then transfer money to you, I guess. No excuse for me again. I'll do just that, dear. Don't want any palaver with you.
Oh, just for money. I only want you to spoil me ratty.
Yes, my love. And you deserve it.
Now you can access your money more easily with Orange Money Bank to Wallet. Transfer your money from your UBA account to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Dial star 144# and follow instructions. It's secure, fast, easy, brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Here we go. Don't get any money from my account to my phone. And I didn't forget to purchase some data for Papa S. I'm using the new app here. With just one tap, I see all I want to do. Making transaction put it easy for me. You need it easy, and I only have to download the app. Yes, sir, ma'am. And by the way, after you talk, I only now code. I am paying using a free app. My transaction on the screen waiting for me.
You need to go through a long, tedious process to transact. Now with one single tap, you find all options to complete your transactions. Download the Orange Money app from Play Store and the iPhone App Store and start enjoying easy life. 1, 2, 3. closer.
Jake, you can take that
Hello,
off.
your number one 100%
Yeah, it's finished.
professional garage and auto parts dealer, Upton Garage is still around and going stronger and getting better. Yes, Upton Garage at the intersection of Broad and
You're not going to hear any more calls.
After 20 years in the business, after newspaper store,
Yeah. But I didn't write anything down.
on Broad Street side. You don't have to order spare parts from overseas. You can purchase brand new spare parts for your car from us. No more used parts for original spark plug from Japan, oil filters, engine oil, and everything you need to get your car working perfectly. Come to us. Upton Garage has a branch at Rehab that you can also count on. We have a guy nurser that can find and we fix any problem on your car with our sophisticated equipment. We give 1 month warranty. We provide a tow truck free of charge if it's our garage that will work on your car. And we can tow your car anywhere for a fee. Upton Garage has been around for 20 years now, providing reliable, efficient, and professional services and durable auto parts for your car. Contact Upton Garage head office on 0777 553317, 0886 553317, or at our rehab branch on 0770 902865. Our email address is uptowngarage2014@gmail.com. Uptown Garage, always the best. Forget the rest.
Anybody who knows your money for them, my dear, they can put something in your sister and say you pay cash. I do think for people people. But you will spoil because the money you owe me is for the budget. Anyway, you know your any problem with girls, as long as you will ask something to pay for the charges. I got surprise for you, man. Don't give my money, you don't pay 1 cent. It's free.
Enjoy more than a month long of Orange Money transactions free of charge.
Yeah, for his staff.
These Orange Money services.
But you buying lunch or
And bank services free of charge. No fees attached. Don't just stand there. Dial star 144 hash now. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
Hello, my love. How is work today? I called to check on you. Hope your boss is not giving you too much work to do.
My daddy, Mary Lou, since when you started being so concerned about my day's work?
Yes, I heard that you can now send some cash straight from your bank account to your phone.
So once you come back, he does the answers and then he throws up there, right?
No, he has one more question.
And then he goes up.
You guys can listen to the comments. There are social media comments.
I don't want you to call me rotten.
Yes, my love, and you deserve it.
Now you can access your money more easily with Orange Money Bank to Wallet. Transfer your money from your UBA account to your Orange Money wallet and vice versa. Dial star 144 hash and follow instructions. It's secure, fast, and reliable. Brings you closer to what matters.
You walk inside, if you're not well, how you get to see the people?
But everything, you know, people got different sides. People got reasons. So, I mean, everybody has a candidate. so you got to understand that. Yeah.
Nelson Mandela was old, but he remarried. Another president's wife.
Friendship.
But isn't that true? No, we're not suggesting that.
No, so don't go there. You're not going to do that. Thank you very much. Back on 5050 on Sky 107. Sorry, we're beyond time. I will not take any more calls. So we going over to Mr. Boakai to address some of the concerns raised by the callers. So it's over to you. Only.
Thank you so much. We should have started this show by first apologizing to our many listeners. who were disappointed many times when they say we should have been here. We didn't intend to hurt any feelings. We apologize. We know the reason this happened, and I think Themax understands. We hear, let me go back to and go to the questions. I know, Noai, thank you very much. You always believe in me, and I want to appreciate you for that. But the second person, Frank, you talk about the medical thing that that we are medical bill. I think we should understand that even sitting down here as former vice president, that I'm entitled to medical facilities provided by the government. I'm also entitled to benefit from the government. When the government gave you $870 a month plus 38,000 Liberian dollars at former vice president, no gasoline, nothing. That's what I make. That's what I get when it does come.
Former vice president.
870 plus 38,000, and they computed their own propor tax and deducted. I can show you the evidence. Now, when you talk about sending you to, I'm entitled to medical facility, government to provide medical facility for me as former vice president.
So this was on a personal basis?
No, it's not a personal thing. It's not we as money. It's government funds. And when you talk about living on loans, of course, if you live in America, you will understand that. If you live on loans, that means you're paying them back. I have a farm. I run the farm on loan. That's why I don't steal money. If you want people who steal money and live on it, that's your business. I work for government. I earn money. I live in my own house. But if I need money, I go to the bank. That's the best place to go. I don't go around stealing government money, people's money, and putting it down. And so anybody who lives on loans is somebody who pays loans. If you don't pay a loan, how are you going to live? How are you going to? In America, you can go there. People have credit card, that's loan. If you don't understand that. But the question on the number two man who was talking about, though I'm happy that somebody called from the States to talk about, with a president, they say you serve at the will and pleasure of the president. I mean, when Doe fired me, the same day he fired Kekula Poto. And where was I? In Yekepa, where we were trying to reform the Ministry of Agriculture. The problem was, Joe Boakai, you in government, you don't belong to the NBPL. One day, the late Jeremiah Tule asked me to go to the party headquarters. I said, where's the party headquarters? He said, you mean, you minister, you don't know the party headquarters? I said, no. When Doe fired me, he took the longest time to replace me by the Liberia Hon, because he thought I was going to go back. And I wrote him a letter, and I thanked him. I didn't commit crime. I didn't steal money. But that was the president feeling at the time. Why should someone be in government and not a member of the party? So when you hear people are fired in government, let us state the reason. Sometimes they have a better way of putting it for administrative reason. The president reserves the discretion. Wherever I have worked, when you have problem with people, you talk about Sawyer. Sawyer was now at the Ministry of Agriculture. Today you ask Sawyer, I was sent to LPRC with a letter to perform a special. Go restructure the place, make sure you put orderliness in place, and there was an understudy. And after that, they asked me. If Sawyer were to have been asked today why he did it, he knows the reason. It was all political. The first thing we came here, I was elected as president of the Movement for the Protection of Liberian Interests. Gueglo was one of my deputies. The late ambassador for Sifas for Serenas 4. Acclatus Waters. The moment we came here, back in 92, of all of those stalwarts, they elected me. And I know I had always been asked, where do you come from? Because I was not part of Moja, or not part of Eden, but I always came in, and people, because they respected me. But at some point in time, people always believe that certain reasons they should ask you to leave, you leave. So you're talking about firing. Government is, once the reasons are stated why you should be fired, the president reserves the right. It's not always because you've done something, maybe you stole or something, but the president reserved the discretion. So I was not fired for any other reason but political. And you talk about Weir. How do you compare yourself to Weir? Let me talk about the surgery. I don't have any heart surgery. I didn't have any heart disease. No heart surgery. So for those of you who carrying the story around, you got to go and check it out. I have no heart surgery. I have no heart disease. I move around. I did go to a hospital because I found out that there was a lot of pressure beginning with the government, with the campaign and all of it. And yes, I went to hospital. But I'm very fit.
You want to do a physical, right?
Pardon?
You want to do a physical?
They're a pacemaker, yes.
Okay.
People with pacemaker have lived up to 90. That's not a problem. I am well, and the money that was paid was government money that was paid, and it was my benefit. Now, let's go to the other caller who talked about how do I compare myself and my relationship with President Sirleaf. President Sirleaf and I are friends. We had differences. That's in the past. I know President Sirleaf and we talk. I have no problem with her. If she had a problem with me, she hasn't told me. But I have no problem. Sirleaf was one of those presidents that believe in me. And if she felt at some point in time she didn't support me, well, I think history had taken its course. So I have no problem with that. Now, I'm talking about the current situation. And Gabriel, in Providence, I want to thank you for believing me. I said that the people in the state were there. They were meeting with desk officers. They were meeting with drivers. Are those the kind of meetings that will bring results to Liberia? I don't think so. Now, you talk about the CPP. We said it here clearly. We have processes. And when we get to the end of the process, the outcome of the process, we all will honor it. And that's what I told you that.
Okay.
And then you're talking about why I didn't resign. For 6 years, I didn't resign. I didn't tell you that the government was not running. The government did the best, that we could have done more. If we didn't do it by my own yardstick, we could have achieved more. The government was not just the president. There were ministers who were not functioning well. Am I going to resign because a minister didn't function? I did what I could do. And if you said You didn't listen. I did more than the vice president could do in any government anywhere. And I'm very satisfied with my service to this country.
Okay, our time is fast. Let me ask you this one last question. December 8th, Randy Samuka went to the poll representing the people of Lofa County. Results show he did win overwhelmingly. On your campaign, you spent the whole time in Lofa making sure that Bani will win the election. He did win. Up to now, he has not been certificated, he's not been seated. There are some legal wrangling. What Lofa County people decide to do? Keep him there and you're not represented, or what do you do next?
You know, when we talk about a government and governance, there are a lot of contradictions in this country. Tima, what would you say of a system where someone won an election, they go to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court says to the Election Commission, certificate the person, and already people who are not even part of the election trial, they have complaints. The complaints go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court bench says, certificate the person. The person has issues of corruption, wherever they are, they must be dealt with. But there was no ruling that says that on the basis of this, you should not be certificated. We don't have two Supreme Court benches yet. Can the Supreme Court bench say to you, certificate the person, and another member of the bench get another complaint? We are confused in this country. We don't know what is happening.
What are your options? Remain unrepresented at the Senate?
And that's what we are dealing with. I heard yesterday there was another hearing at the Supreme Court. We want to see, let the Supreme Court, let all the persons know that what's happening to Samuka and whatever is happening in this country, you're laying a precedent. We have to be careful. We'll be judged by history.
Could that be the replay in 2023? Joseph Boakai win, somebody say no.
Well, I hope not. I hope not. And this country cannot continue that way. It's credibility. We are living in a world where we are being graded for what we do.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's take our last break, and when we come back, we're not taking more calls. I'm exhausted without not taking more calls. Let's take our break, and when we come back, we'll go straight to Studio 8 to Princess who gave us a few comments from our social media users.
To elaborate on all the other things.
But he went too far as far as I'm concerned.
No, the thing about it, you always hear everybody got their own side, my man. You can't forget they got their own interest. Some people just think that this country is running all right, as far as they are concerned. Yeah. You compare me with we are. I'm going to compare myself with we are. Well,
That's true.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Well, my young fuck can go here. But the young fuck can go here.
And see, I really forgot to talk about the issue of the attacks in the parliament. I think I dealt with that even yesterday. It's something that we have discovered. You were there yesterday. We were dealing with Charles Robert.
It will be hard to control childhood.
No, it won't be hard. I talked to him yesterday.
Okay.
There's not a way to do that. You know, these are all the reasons the country needs leaders.
Okay, so let me first begin with Travis Harris Jr., who writes, finally we are about to hear from the table of wisdom.
Joel Smith writes, just from the viewers today, we will know who will lead the CPP. Sheikh Fire writes, we're here to get some wisdom from this, said this morning from JNB. Momo Nelson writes, our country is bleeding every day. Daniel McLean writes, when will T-Max invite our President George Weah on his show? Joshua Bigbangon writes, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, indeed, JNB, you are our leader. We will think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. JNB, the best. My support for you have no end. We are on the front line for you. No retreat, no surrender. I have decided, no turning back. 2023 victory is ours. Heto partner writes, JNB, the best for Liberia comes 2023. Charles Gayazon writes, following by Facebook from River G, JNB, our choice. Joel Smith writes, JNB, in you we trust. Nathan Harris writes, Washington from Grand Bassa County, District Number 1. Thank you for bringing the former Vice President to your studio to hear from him. Ora Gawa writes, love, think, and build. Aliu M. Fofana writes, you are welcome, my President in waiting. Clarence Benson writes, good morning, former Vice President Boakai. What will be your first action in office as President comes 2024? Sheikh Mohammed Kennedy writes, my President in waiting, JNB, for 2023. Oragawa writes, love, he said, think, love, and build Liberia. Paris Das Sigler writes, Ambassador can speak on the issues about information that a former boss, Madam Salif, is in no way going to support you comes 2023. Emmanuel Weah writes, how has he impacted the lives of our people outside of government? Nathana Roosevelt Anderson writes, the best coming 2023. Johnny Jar Sanga writes, JNB is not ready to be leader. Mama Menza writes, I'm here for JNB. Gabriel Gondlepar writes, my incoming president, JNB. Mona Lisa Morris writes, I would rather we are still in power than to have another gang of criminals taking over to steal too. Jairus Nfiwapa writes, JNB our president. Nessa Bala writes, when breakfast will be great, you can tell from the kitchen. Good morning, Sky family and veteran T-Max, veteran journalist T-Max. Ajlata, always a great show. Stephen Yoga writes, hello to everyone. Welcome to the welcome to the class of wisdom. JNB strong. J. Margaret Down writes, JNB, we are following you close. You are our leader. Joshua Bigbango writes, when two brothers are busy fighting, an evil man can easily attack and rob their poor mother. Mankind should always stay united, standing shoulder to evil, so evil can never cheat and divide them. Indeed, CPP will be united by the wisdom and maturities of our CPP leaders. The goals and objectives will be achieved. Victory is ours. Washington from San Duo Nimba. Moses Benner writes, because of JNB, I'm here to listen and listen to some good ideas that take me to another level. Zara Banda writes, think, love, and build Liberia. Abraham McIntosh Bar writes, welcome, Mr. President. Odiasha Wea writes, the land needs you, Papa Joe. Nathaniel Roosevelt Anderson writes, why are you all here to watch the man that isn't ready? That means you are not ready also. JNB is the people choice. Further, Lawrence Kamara writes, good morning, my political godfather in person, Ambassador Nyumah Boakai, is the former president and former political leader of the party supporting you. Monty Wama Brown writes, good morning, T-Max. We hope all those staggering questions will be addressed adequately by the former vice president. What did he mean by Oka and what he was actually insinuating when he said his government squandered most of the opportunities? Frank S. Dylan writes, failure from 12 years can be accepted in this new dispensation. Desmond Formula writes, JNB our hope. Deba Helena Besa Jala writes, good morning to my future president and uncle, JNB. God bless. Joyce Kemoka writes, for 175 to 175 years, Liberians have been backwards because we have been afraid of competition. CPP will have this positive competition. And let me take like two more. Mohammed S. Sharif, JNB, you stated that the UP-led administration squandered its opportunities. Yet you contested on the UP's ticket in 2017 and was defeated. Do you still believe that you can be re-elected on the UP's or CPP ticket on those failures? What have been your engagements with the Liberian people since the defeat in 2017? And this final one, VAV, he said JNB, the only alternative for 2023, we will not compromise that for anything. And that's all for now, T-Max.
Thank you very much, Princess, for comments from my social media users. The comments are coming from them, and that's where coming from Sky Communication. Honorable Nyumah Boakai, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. It's been long overdue, and today you here. We are very, very grateful to have the interview. This interview is always open to you to come anytime you wish to come to set your ideas to Liberian people. We thank our relay radio stations. We have Radio Monrovia 92.1 FM. We have Joy FM 101.5 FM, OK FM 99.5 FM, and we have Cool FM. Those were the stations that simulcast this program. And I know we come to the end of this edition of 50/50. My name is T-Max. Tomorrow morning, I will be here again to invoke another idea, but my interest of making Liberia a wholesome, functioning society where the rule of law is the core of our existence. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you very much. Service your nation. I think we should continue to do it. Yeah.